Once upon a time in Obogidi village, where every woman was expected to marry as a virgin, a night came that shook the entire land forever. The drums were loud, the dance was sweet, the moon was bright. Then everything changed in 1 second. A group of village elders stormed the wedding compound, their red lanterns swinging like angry fire. The bride, Amaka, a quiet 24-year-old teacher, stood frozen in her white lace gown. Her groom held her hand tightly, but the elders pushed him away as if he was nothing. Amaka Uche, the chief elder shouted, "Step forward. Your test must be done." The whole crowd went silent immediately. Even the musicians dropped their talking drum. Everyone in Obogidi knew the rule. A woman must be a virgin before marriage. No negotiation, no mercy. If she failed the test, the wedding must end forever. The man must walk away, and the family would carry shame for life. Amaka's mother collapsed, crying loudly. Her father kept whispering, "God, please, please." Standing behind them was Oluchi, Amaka's 19-year-old younger sister. She is bold, outspoken, modern. She didn't believe in the rule, but Obogidi village held it like life. As the elders dragged Amaka toward the testing hut behind the shrine, Oluchi felt her heart beating like a drum in her chest. Because Oluchi knew something nobody else knew. Amaka was innocent. But Oluchi was the one with the secret. Something that could destroy her entire family. 2 weeks before the wedding, Oluchi could still remember the day she found Amaka crying on her bed. A letter was in her hand. "What is wrong?" Oluchi asked. Amaka wiped her face. "My time is coming. The village test. What if I fail?" Oluchi shook her head quickly. "But you said you and Emeka never, "We never did," Amaka whispered. "But these elders, they can lie. They can punish an innocent woman. I am scared." Oluchi hugged her sister tightly. "Nothing will happen. I am here." But deep inside her own heart, Oluchi was shaking because she had broken the village rule already. And the boy she did it with had threatened her recently. "If anything happens to me, I will destroy your parents. I will tell the whole village." Oluchi had lived in fear every day since then. Back to the wedding night. Lanterns shone across the compound. The testing hut glowed with red lanterns. People whispered in fear and excitement. Oluchi wanted to run inside and tell them to leave her sister alone. She wanted to scream, "Leave my sister, test me. I am the one." But her legs refused to move. Suddenly, a village messenger ran into the compound, panting, "Elders, something has happened in the testing hut." Everyone turned. The chief elder came out with a dark, confused face. "This girl must not be tested tonight," he announced. The crowd gasped. Amaka fainted. Oluchi felt her throat close. Something strange had happened inside that hut. The chief elder lifted his lantern, looked around and said, "Bring another girl from the family. The gods must be satisfied." Then he pointed straight at Oluchi. "You, come forward." Oluchi froze. This was it. The day she feared, the day her secret would ruin everything. Her mother screamed, "No, she's not the bride." But the elders ignored her. In Obogidi, the elder said, "If there is doubt, any daughter can be tested." Oluchi's father grabbed her arm. "Oluchi, should we run? Tell me the truth." Her lips trembled. "Papa, The elders surrounded her. The whispers began, "She will fail. She is too modern. I knew she had a boyfriend. And today we will know the truth." Oluchi was shaking. as she followed the elders into the testing hut. Inside the testing hut, the hut smelled of palm oil and old clay. An elderly woman known as Iye Okote sat on a stool, staring at Oluchi with cold eyes. "Sit," she ordered. Oluchi obeyed. The chief elder entered next and locked the door behind them. "Before we start," he said quietly, "you must know something." Oluchi swallowed hard. "What is it?" "Someone sent us a secret message a few hours ago," he said. "Someone accused your family of hiding a daughter who is not a virgin." Oluchi's heart dropped to her stomach. But the elder continued. "The person didn't mention your name. They mentioned Amaka." Oluchi's eyes widened. "Amaka? But she is innocent." "We know," the elder said softly. "That is why we stopped the test. Someone wants to destroy your sister." Oluchi's breath became shaky. "Who?" Before they could answer, Iye Okute lifted a small calabash. "We will test you instead, to clear your family name." Oluchi panicked. "No, wait, please." The chief elder raised his hand. "Oluchi, the truth must come out." Oluchi's mind raced. If she took the test and failed, her entire family would be disgraced forever. Her parents mocked. Her sister's wedding will be ruined. And the boy who once threatened her, he would win. Tears gathered in her eyes. "I want to confess," Oluchi began. Suddenly, bang, 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 someone hit the hut door. A boy's frightened voice shouted, "Elders, something is happening at the compound. It is Amaka. She is bleeding." Iye Okute jumped to her feet. The elder unlocked the door quickly. Oluchi ran out first. Back in the compound, people were screaming, women crying, men rushing around. Amaka sat on the floor, shaking. Blood ran from her nose, staining her white wrapper, and nobody knows why. But in a village like Obogidi, blood meant curse. She is cursed. The gods are angry. This marriage must stop, the villagers muttered. Oluchi pushed through the crowd. "Ama, what happened?" Amaka whispered weakly. "Someone pushed me. I fell." Then the bleeding started. Oluchi's heart tightened. Who would push her sister on her wedding night? Oluchi looked around, and then she saw him, Chike, the boy who threatened her, the boy she once trusted, the boy who wanted revenge. He hid behind people, pretending to be shocked. Oluchi knew immediately. He did this. He wanted Amaka disgraced. He wanted Oluchi exposed. She stood up, her hands shaking with anger. Before she could speak, the chief elder raised his staff. "Bring the bride forward. A bleeding woman cannot marry." "No!" Oluchi screamed. Everyone went silent. Oluchi stepped in front of her sister. "If you want the truth, test me, not Amaka." People gasped. Her father whispered, "Oluchi, don't do this." "I must," she whispered. "I will not let her suffer because of me." The elders stared at her. Then suddenly, Chike stepped forward, panicking. "Don't test her," he shouted. She is innocent." Oluchi stared at him in shock. The elder frowned. "Why not?" Chike shook violently. I lied. I lied about Amaka. I sent the message. I pushed her. I wanted revenge because Oluchi refused to marry me. I wanted to disgrace their family." The entire compound exploded in shock. Oluchi covered her mouth. Her parents gasped. Amaka cried. The chief elder looked furious. "You dared to use our sacred law for revenge to punish innocent people?" he shouted. "You lied to the gods?" Chike fell to his knees. "Forgive me. I was jealous. I was angry." The chief elder raised his staff. Tonight, Obogidi changes. Everyone froze. In a world that is moving forward, Obogidi cannot remain in the past. A woman's worth is not measured by a test. This rule ends now. People gasped. But the gods, another elder began. The gods did not ask for lies, the chief elder snapped. They did not ask for manipulation. We end the rule today. The whole village erupted in shock. Then the drums started again. Slowly, then louder, then with joy. People cried. People hugged. Some complained. But the night changed Obogidi forever. Oluchi held Amaka's hand tightly. You saved me, Amaka whispered. Oluchi smiled through her tears. No, we saved each other. The wedding continued. The whole village burst into loud jubilation. Drums rolled. Women danced. Men lifted their hands to the sky in relief. Amaka and Oluchi's parents held each other tightly. It is over, their father whispered. It is finally over, their mother replied, her voice shaking with gratitude. Their family was safe. Their daughters were safe. And Obogidi village would never be the same again. And under the bright moon of Obogidi, two sisters walked back into the compound, free for the first time in their lives.